We previously covered how to optimize and create routes, to create license plates that are professional and informative, and to choose ads that are not repetitive. Today, we are going to cover the actual buses in the game and how to choose which model for which routes. In general, there are three types of routes. 1. Express routes that have few stops. 2. Center routes that cover a specific area. And 3. Long routes that have a lot of stops and cover a long distance. The Mercedes Citaro K has 28 seats, 18 standing areas, an engine of a BlueTEC diesel Euro 6, a price of 120,000 euros, maintenance of 500 euros a week, and 2 doors, one in the front and one in the middle. The Mercedes Citaro G has 47 seats, 36 standing, an engine of OM470 Euro 6, a price of 420,000 euros with a maintenance of 3,000 a week, 3 doors, since it is an articulated bus, 2 in the first cart and 1 in the last. The Setra S416LE has 49 seats, 8 standing, an engine of OM936 Euro 6, a price of 158,000 euros with a maintenance of 750 euros a week, with 2 doors, 1 in the front and 1 in the middle. The Setra S418LE has 57 seats, 12 standing areas, an engine of OM470 Euro 6, a price of 450,000 euros with a maintenance of 3,000 euros a week, and 2 doors, 1 in the middle and 1 in the back. The MAN Lion City A21 has 29 seats, 20 standing areas, an engine of E2876 LUH, and a price of 315,000 euros with a maintenance of 300 euros a week. It has 2 doors, 1 in the front and 1 in the middle. The MAN Lion City A23 has 48 seats, 27 standing areas, an engine of D2066 LUH, and a price of 450,000 euros with a maintenance of 2,700 euros a week. It has 4 doors, 2 in the first cart and 2 in the last cart, since it is a bendy bus. The MAN Lion City A37 has 35 seats, 25 standing areas with an engine of D0836 LOH, a price of 240,000 euros with a maintenance of 550 euros a week, 3 doors, 1 in the front, 1 in the middle, and 1 in the back. The MAN Lion City A47 has 29 seats, 15 standing areas with an engine of D0836 LOH, a price of 175,000 euros and a maintenance of 700 euros a week with 2 doors. The MAN Lion City CNG has 39 seats, 40 standing areas with an engine of E2876 LUH, a price of 550,000 euros with a maintenance of 2,000 euros a week, and it is an articulated bus with 3 of the doors in the first cart and 2 of the doors in the back cart. The Iveco Urbanway 12 meter has 24 seats, 38 standing areas, an engine of Cursor 8 CNG Euro 6 with a price of 330,000 euros, and a maintenance of 350 euros a week, with 3 doors, 1 in the front, 1 in the middle, and 1 in the back. The Iveco Urbanway 18 meter has 41 seats, 45 standing areas, an engine of Cursor 8 CNG Euro 6, a price of 550,000 euros with a 2,000 euro a week maintenance, and it is an articulated bus, so it has 3 doors, 2 in the first cart and 1 in the last cart. Price-wise, the cheapest is the Mercedes Citaro K at a steady 120,000 euros with a maintenance cost of 500 euros a week. The most expensive is a two-way between the MAN Lion City A47 and the Iveco Urbanway 18 meter. Both are at 550,000 euros with a maintenance cost of 2,500 euros a week. Because the MAN has 54 slots and the Iveco has 86, I'd argue the MAN is more expensive. In the beginning of the game, you only have access to a few buses. It's okay to buy those buses for the initial stages of the game, but you should sell them for more efficient buses once they are unlocked and once the route has been established. Passenger capacity is important to keep in mind. It's not efficient to have a bus with a lot of room when the route rarely reaches half of the capacity. Unfortunately, the game doesn't really go into detail about passengers transported for a single route or how many passengers were at a certain stop. Don't worry, you won't have to drive each route and count each passenger. One way to check is to look at the revenue of the route. The more revenue, the more passengers were charged. It's not perfect because some passengers don't have to pay on the spot because they have tickets, but it's the best method at the moment. If you look at our revenue chart, you'll see the Route 5, our long route, generates more revenue than Route 1, centered, or 6, centered. As a result, we'd use buses with more capacity for Route 5 than the other two. I'll admit that I don't know a whole lot about engines. Most importantly, this game also doesn't concern itself too much with engines besides for noise accuracy. You won't have to worry about engines for cargo capacity or even to fill the tank. Nevertheless, the game is concerned with engine type. For certain areas, such as Old Town, you can only drive CNG engines. It'll be one of the objectives of the game. As stated previously, there are three types of routes: express, centered, and long. The bus you choose should be the most optimal for the type of route chosen. We'll use our current routes. Route 2 travels from Astra Park to Central Bus Station. It covers a long distance but has few stops, 8. We actually would prefer to shorten the amount of stops from 8 to less than 5 to make it an actual express route. The game objectives limits this ability for now, but we'll make the arrangements later on. An express route can also cover a short distance with few stops, usually less than 5. Centered routes can be localized to one area or a few, but they have to have less than 10 stops and more than 5 stops. Route 1 is only in Astra Park, Route 6 covers Schafferfield and Steineck, and Route 3 covers Astra Park, Siegwalden, and Oakville. Long routes cover long distances and have more than 10 stops. Our longest route yet is Route 5, covering Siegwalden, Oakville, Schober Grounds, Agriculture Zone, Industry Zone, Port Amber, and Oil Harbor with 12 stops. It takes more than 20 minutes to complete the route one way. There are two types of express routes, those that cover long distances and those that are local. For long distance routes, it's better to go with buses that are kinda like motor coaches. The Setra S416LE or S418 Business are a perfect example because they can provide a level of comfort that is not seen in other buses. For short express routes, it's better to go with a small bus, such as the Mercedes Citaro K or the MAN Lion City 847. For centered, it's best to go with medium-built buses with more than 2 doors, such as the Iveco Urban Way 12-meter or the MAN Lion City 837. You can expect for there to be a lot of traffic in these routes, so having 3 doors is optimal for passenger flow. For long-distance routes, it's best to go with articulated buses because there should be more passenger flow. They cover great distances and have many stops. So far, the game has 4 articulated buses: the Iveco Urban Way 18-meter, the MAN Lion City 823, the MAN Lion City CNG, and the Mercedes Citaro G. However, you should take a look at your passenger flow to determine whether using an articulated bus or a medium 3-door bus is best for the long route. That's not to say that you should only use these buses for these types of routes. As stated before, you can use a medium 3-door bus on a long route if the passenger flow is appropriate. However, hopefully this gives you a guideline on how to view the problem of bus selection for routes. Thank you for watching, and let me know how you guys choose your bus.